everyone, welcome back to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today, well, I've not been around for a while. It's been Christmas, it's been New Year, I've been busy with work, so if you're new to the channel, hi, welcome to the channel. Please do subscribe. I'd love to welcome you to the community. If you're not new to the channel and you've been here for a while, welcome back. So we're here to have a look at my Chinese Elm, which is if you do remember, it was originally a cut-in, and I've got to designed it as this lovely specimen that is, what is it? Cascade. Look at it. It's coming along pretty nicely, although it is a bit, it's a bit overgrown now. So today's task is to get rid of these leaves, because as we've discussed previously in, as I say, previous videos, Chinese Elms, depending on what part of the continent you get it from, will either drop the leaves or they won't, or they'll partially drop the leaves. And as you can see, this specimen has dropped some leaves in some aspects of the tree, and well, mainly I've got leaves everywhere. So what I'm going to do is just defoliate it today, and then so we can have a good look at what's going on. And then I think what I am going to be doing is I'm going to be looking in and around the tree, because I've got some swelling going on here, because I've got a big branch up here. That's probably going to be getting removed today. And then I'm just going to go in and then neaten everything up, bring it in nice and tight. Tight like a tiger, as a gold member once said. And just basically go in, neaten everything up, get it ready for a nice spring growth. Pretty much it really. Get it all neat and tidy, get it defoliated. Although it does look like we have got some new growth growing, because it's in a polytunnel, but it's nice and cold, so I'm going to ignore that and get it back to being cold again. I might even leave it outdoors for a couple of days, make sure it's a cold snap again, make sure it's used to being cold and we're not ready for spring. Now, I'm not going to teach you to suck eggs when it comes to defoliation. It's just a matter of pulling the leaves off. Now they'll either just pop off like this if you give them a gentle pull, or if they don't come off, just literally get in there, give them a gentle snip with a pair of scissors. Nothing too strenuous, nothing too difficult. It's not rocket science. You're just going in and snipping the edges, just there. Okay? So if they don't pull off, which 9 times out of 10 they will do, you just give them a snip. Now the tree's been defoliated, you can actually see right into it, and you can see exactly what needs to be done to it. So I've got loads of crossing branches, loads of long twiggy things, and you can see right in here, this bit here, I've got this nice growing top bit, and I've got a branch, excuse me, I've got a branch here, comes off the side, and I've got, if I just get around the side here, this bit is going to start developing swelling, and it's started already. So I'm going to develop this section, I'm going to cut it back, and then have the top growing, so that'll be my little apex. And I'm going to remove this branch, even though it's long and leggy, but it's swelling, so I'm going to remove that. And then you can also see the rest of the structure that comes down. So if I just actually get it that way, so you can see that is the main structure of the tree, and then you can see that everything is just grown, and it grows different ways, and then the rest of it is grown over here as well. So you can actually see into the tree as well. This is the best way to do it in the winter. You just defoliate everything else that should have fell off, because these are deciduous trees, but as I say, with a Chinese elm, you don't know whether they're going to lose the leaves or keep hold of them, and in this case it's kept hold of them. Another benefit of doing this as well is it also allows you to see which twiggy sections. So if I just show you this part here, I've got a branch that I do like, but then I've got another one just growing, this little twig here. Again, if I just get you in, I've got a little twig here. If I keep that, that will eventually cause swelling as well. So it gives you a good idea of what you can and can't keep, rather than developing something with leaves on. And if I come round to the back as well, here's another good section. Just here, this branch here is all developing from the base of this one. So if again, I don't see that with leaves on, so getting rid of all these leaves gives you the opportunity to be able to see that. Another thing, while I was taking the leaves off, when you take the leaves and you defoliate, what you want to do is when you pull them, you just be careful when you're pulling that you don't pull off any of the buds, which is obviously what I was doing. So I've got plenty of buds now on all the branches. So when we do cut back, you can see I've got buds all along the tree. So if I cut back, I can now cut into directional pruning as well. So if I cut here, got this bud here, it will develop and allow me to shoot that way. If I cut here and I leave that bud there, it'll shoot that way. So while I cut back, I will keep in mind my directional pruning as well. So my first major decision, my first major cut is going to be cleaning this one here. Just before I do that, I am just going to come in and clean up the surrounding areas of the things I don't require. So just this little section here, and I've got a little branch just on this part here as well. So I'll clean those off, and that will just allow me to go in and clean up the branch. Let me get in there. Oh, the tools are a bit cold, a bit stiff as well. Right, let's see if I can get in there. So I'm going to come in first. I'm just going to take this bit off, so it clears up all of this structure, which is quite a good amount. And now just by doing that, I can get in a little bit better. So it's not as much to come in and remove. So I'm just going to come in, take another little chunk out, and then we're going to come in again. That's a nice flush cut, so I've just got a little bit on the top there. Again, my tools are just cold, a bit stiff. Just neaten that up as best as I can. I'll try and keep it neat. There we go. So a bit of cut paste on there will just do the job. Now cut paste, again, with it being in the cold, it's very stiff and not very malleable. So I'm trying to put a bit of heat in it with my fingers. This is what happens when you leave it in a cold store for a bit. But hopefully it'll do the job. I'm going to put quite a decent amount on, because the colder this stuff gets, it tends to crack. So if I put a decent amount on, it should put more protection in it. So there we go. That'll do the job. Winning. Okay, next thing, I'm just going to have a quick look around the tree. Once I've decided on where I'm going to go from it, we'll come back. Okay, so for me, the easiest call to do is just bring things back into shape. So I'm just going to come in and just reduce everything. Everything is just that little bit too long and gangly. So I think everything just needs bringing into shape. And then once I've done that, I can start making my decisions. Just things going here, there and everywhere at the minute. So that definitely just needs coming off. Quite easy decisions. This is obviously far too long for what it needs to be. So is this. Let's go in the wrong direction. So nice easy cuts. Let's bring these in. This could potentially be wired out, so I'm going to leave that for now. But yeah, nice easy wires, adjustments probably, but everything else, nice easy cutbacks. There we go. Not the neatest of cuts, my blade does need sharpening, but I think we've got cutbacks. I want to cut back this one as well. It's too straight and too long, so let's just bring that back here. So for the time being, that'll do. Okay, the next stage on this is getting a more detailed prune. So I'm just looking at the back here. You can see I've got a branch that is just, I know it's from the back here, but it's coming. I've got a branch here that I am utilising, and then right at the back, if I sort of twist a little, I've got a branch that comes from the back just here, and that is starting to swell and it is going in the wrong direction. So I'm looking for branches like that and I am taking them out. So I'm going to go around the tree and start removing stuff like that. And then obviously this section here was originally split into two, and then that is died off. So we're taking sections like that out as well. So I just need to come in, clear that out. Okay. So we'll do things like that. Cut that one back to there, and I'll do the same with this one as well. I'm just going to continue around the rest of the tree, following that sort of guidance. This one comes round. I do like it, but it's too long. Just going to bring it to there, and then the top one as well. I do like my clip and grow. I don't like to wire too much if I don't have to, but alas, this is a, I've got another one there. So this is, and one behind it, trying to get my words out. So this is a cascading tree. So cascading trees are going to have to be wired. So we're going to have to do some wiring as well in this tree. So I'm going to have to leave some long and leggy bits so I can get the wire on. After we've done that little trim of the other sections, defoliating it, there we go, get your words out, Christoph. I've gone ahead and just put a bit of wire on the lower parts and the long leggy bits, and I've just rewired the sections down towards the bottom like this and repositioned them, and as you can see it looks a hell of a lot better. And then all I've done is just gone ahead and nipped the ends off. So now what we've done is we've gone ahead, nipped the ends off, as I say. So now we will get the back bud in and focus the energy going backwards. Okay, so it goes back into the tree and we'll produce loads of back buddings through that process. And then I've just gone ahead and nipped the ends off up here as well, tying it up, and then I've gone ahead and just nipped the top off here as well, because I thought this section here was getting a bit long, a bit tall for what it was. So I've just gone ahead and nipped this section out because it was going out just a little bit too far out with this section. It wasn't an awful lot, it was just literally, I just get it, it was just literally a tiny little section up top. So I've gone ahead and just took that off as well, and then nipped the ends off all the sections just so I can bring it in a bit more tight. And then this is the outcome of what we're looking at. So it doesn't look like a lot, because truth be told, I haven't really done a lot. I've just repositioned everything because it's a cascade. Now this section here has opened up a little bit, but as it grows in, and then this, we've got, it is a little bit thick, but everything else grows in. Once it starts growing in, I've got a little twiggy section here as well. You can't really see it on camera, but it's just here, which grows this. So as everything starts growing and developing, hopefully I'll get another branch here. But once everything grows in, as I say, all the leaves, we can start looking to see how everything starts moving and shaping. And then I might remove one of these branches as well, because I always kept saying these two are very close together to this branch. So one of these will probably go, which opens up that section. So you think it'll go left, right, and then probably left here, and then right. So that middle one there will probably go, which will give us a big more gap there, and then it'll be nice and tight down towards the bottom. So that's where I'm thinking of going. We'll lose that one, get this one, go down, and then it'll twist it up a little bit. And I think that's probably how we're going to develop it as it starts thickening up, because this one at the moment is quite lacking, so it just needs more development. Well, I hope you liked the first video back of the cascading elm. It's a bit nippy out here today, and as I say, it is January, so you can expect it to be cold. But we powered through the coldness, we got this wired up, so hopefully we might have to readjust some of these later on because it is quite tight and congested. But you never know, once it starts popping the growth, we can start looking at it. We've got the growth, we've got the wire in, so as I say, once the growth comes in, we might just twist these out a little bit, spread them out that little bit more, and yeah, see where it goes. As I say, this one is probably gonna go, and then we will get the little bit more space in between these two sections here. This one just needs thickening up that little bit more, and then once it does, repositioning, I am gonna lose this, I do know it's gonna go, and then it will see less of a gap here, so we'll have a bigger gap here. So nice pad, this will start filling in, nice pad, and then all this will be nice congested. Well, when I say congested, I mean it'll be nice and tight, and it'll be nice and flowing. And as you can see, it's got a nice bit of spring to it as well, which means it's healthy. So yeah, we just put this back in the polytunnel, let it do its thing, let it settle till spring. Once it pops out, we'll come and revisit this one. So I hope you like the first video back in 2026, and stick around. New to the channel, please subscribe, please like the video, please hype the video, because we're new to 26. We're going to push the videos this year again, there's not a bit. Right, thanks for watching. I'm over and out. I'm going to go get a cup of tea because it's chilly. See you later, guys. Bye.